And I don't think a lot of people understand the tension that was really happening in this show, because I don't think we understand how people thought about morality and ethics at that time. It's crazy to me.
Good fiction is definitely a laboratory for virtue, and I think the example you just gave shows that even TV shows can have that same effect. I think there's many in a similar show, which would be Downton Abbey. I've not watched Bridgerton. It's honestly been a while since I've watched any TV series. Not to brag, but
What's your signal?
Yeah.
that's right. I don't watch TV, guys. But I think that's definitely true, and it's very good to view it like that, because a lot of people can view it as entertainment, but there is still a lot of good or decent culture out there, as well as in the past. Like, I can look over, and if I just look at any Dostoevsky, that is just a great fiction anyway, to start to try to understand, like, virtuous characters and the tension you described, Nick. It's very important, I think, to have these sorts of things, especially in the fact that our culture is basically a secular post-Christian world. It was definitely easier, I would say, in 1000 AD, in the middle of France, to be virtuous, or maybe at the very least to appear virtuous. Obviously, we're not trying to sugarcoat the past, but nowadays there's really no sugarcoating. We live in a society that focuses on a lot of the wrong things, really looks like glorifying the passions, and really anything that you can do to clothe what you consume in terms that maybe make you think about these things, or at the very least point you towards virtue, or point you towards good living, point you towards heroic action, or actual action, is good. A great example that I find hilarious. There was a show I watched maybe 3 years ago, and I think it was called The Czar. It was Russian with English subtitles, but it was about, no, it was called Sophia. And it was about the last Byzantine princess who married the basically the precursor to the czars in Russia, the father of Ivan the Terrible. And it was so fascinating because even though it was a Russian show that was in English, and it was only 6 or 7 episodes, it was a really short miniseries, and it was a very good show. But it was just so interesting watching culture that had faith as such an important and not like demonized aspect. And for me, that meant a lot, because and it carried over into my everyday life in a sense, because I appreciated the show, I liked the writing, I liked what the message they were trying to say, and it also glorified many aspects of our culture: virtuous living, virtuous kingship, that is, and Christianity, that's lacking. And I think those are just invaluable to encourage people to do the right thing, especially because, as we mentioned before, our culture is just so spiteful to a lot of people that may believe what we believe.